I have very been touched by depression.
Red hair as well.
I've never really had a lot of depression at a very young age, but it's something that kind of came on as you got more towards an adult, you know, getting into this rat race and everything like that. So I was brought up quite a happy child, despite there was quite a lot of troubles in the house. I had a father who was an alcoholic up until I was about 11, and then but my mum always tried very hard to keep us away from that. But obviously it blew over and we had to go to counselling. But I remember sitting in the counselling session and they were asking me exactly the question you're asking me now. Are you depressed? And I couldn't really understand what depression really was. So then that kind of plays into the sense of then it's a kind of a mental health thing, because by not identifying depression, isn't that sort of a mental block in itself that you can't identify in yourself that you're sad? So I think my depression has really come really late for me. It took a good many years to get on with it, because it's that whole thing of when they tell men man up. That's what I was always told, man up, and you had to put your problems underneath the pillow at night and kind of just sleep on it and get up the next day and leave them under there. And it's only there, like the idea of, like, for me with depression, like the deepest thing at the moment over the last few years was going to bed at night and just being around your own thoughts. That's why I gathered an alcoholic addiction and a cocaine addiction from being too scared to go to sleep to your own thoughts. So you'd blank yourself out through taking drugs and drink, really. And then obviously I went a bit off the rails in that, and I'm kind of dragging myself back to myself now. So, but then with the depression then kind of been played then with the mental health issues then that come with the depression, you know. So I've kind of not so much bipolar, but a bit more fucking like just very like high anxiety, high paranoia and shit like that, really, to be honest with you.
And do you think that the university has done enough?
I wouldn't really know because I'm fucking never here, but as I know the way infrastructures kind of work, they only work to an extent. So they can only do as much as they can do within the government like structure that they're built in
and
within,
the funding they're given.
and with the funding that they're given, and also the ticking boxes that they have to tick just to get down to a final point where they realise that somebody has got mental health or depression or whatever. So to be honest with you, like in hindsight, no, I wouldn't say it is, but I wouldn't really blame it on the university. I'd blame it on the whole infrastructure, the way capitalism is run. That to me kicks off mental health and depression, because without any of that, I was talking about anxiety with my mum the other day, and we said, she was like, do you feel really anxious and everything like that? I said, yeah, but I said it's not really something that's something that just comes out of you. It's something that's put upon you by the infrastructure that we live within. That's what I believe.
No, because my friend emailed the health and wellbeing team like 6 times, and they ignored all of her emails because she wanted an appointment to talk with them, and they didn't reply to her at all. And then when she finally did get a reply, they basically just said to her, oh, you need to go to the doctors, like there's nothing we can do. And then she went to the doctors and she was diagnosed with like clinical depression, and they did nothing about it. So yeah.
No, due to the long waiting lists throughout high school, college and university, and then they end up just not getting, or they'll just not get back to you at all. Because, for example, I got put on a waiting list for nearly 6 months, then I got 2 or 3 sessions, and then he got a promotion, so they never spoke to me again. And then I ended up turning 18, so I ended up having to go on another waiting list, so we never ended up actually getting round to getting it sorted because of how long the waiting lists are, and the funding just isn't good enough.